Now ACN, please welcome Myriam de la Sierra and BOKHARI, Circle of Champions members and RVPs.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos días.
Buenos días. Buenos días, bonjour.
My name,
Buongiorno. Guten Morgen. Good morning, everybody.
my name is BOKHARI, but actually they call me BOKHARI. My name is Sayyid Basharat Bokhari Bashir. Sounds easy, right? I'm 53 years of age and I've been living in Spain for the last 23 years. I'll just tell you how I came into this ACN business. And that's one of the topics we are going to be using, which is inviting. When I was young, my father told me, son, get a university degree and you will find a good job. And I believed him. So I went to the university, got an aeronautical engineering, but then I decided I'm going to change the world. And the best thing was to go and kill the baddies. You know how to do that? So I joined the Air Force as an officer. I had an accident. I could not continue with my career in Air Force, so I started working for the government, came to Spain, and then the government changed and I lost my job. So then I decided, of course, my father told me, son, study and find a job. But what he did not tell me that governments are not stable, so don't look for a job in the government. So I went to the private sector. I joined airline business and I got my license. I started I worked as a captain for a jumbo. I thought that was permanent, but suddenly there was an airline crisis and I lost my job again. But then I did not know what else to do. So I went back to working on the Madrid airport, and this is like 2 years and 8 months ago when I came across ACN. Now I was invited by a friend of mine because she wanted me to give my opinion about this new project which she was starting. Now, at that moment, she did not prejudge because I was having a permanent job. I was happy. I was in my comfort zone. But I did come. And in that meeting, which all of us know is a business opportunity meeting, there were only 4 people. And one of them was me. Now, I saw the opportunity and I saw this is fantastic because at least one thing I know, all depends on me and my future. And the future of my family does not depend on the decisions of the governments or any third person. I can make the decision of what I'm going to do. But then, of course, there was an additional plus point to that. The person who was presenting the opportunity. When the meeting finished, my friend asked me, what do you think about it? I said, is she married? So when she said she's not married, I'll say, what excellent 2 opportunities. I'll keep both of them. That's how I came in ACN. Then 3 months after that, I was taken to this fantastic, extraordinary convention to Nice, which was my first convention 2.5 years ago. And I met with a few very, very important people in my life because they were one of the reasons and the impression I got from them. I said, I want to be part of these people. And then I decided, not only I want to be part of these people, I want to be with them. And the only way it was to do the work so quickly so that I can be with them. With Greg, with Mike, with Artie, with Miguel Santos, and my friend Alexander, I call him Muhammad Sikandar in Pakistan. So the 5 people who really got me going in Nice, and after that I've got this fantastic French, German, etc., friends that I can't even imagine what I have managed to come. But now my life has changed. And today it's an extraordinary amount because I'm in my hometown, Madrid, home country, Madrid, and I'm with most of my own crowd, Los Españoles. They are here and I'm so grateful to them. Myriam.
Okay. Good morning. I'm Myriam de la Sierra. We're going to talk today about inviting. And actually, inviting is one of the key things in our business. And I'll tell you why. I started in ACN 3.5 years ago. I had a friend of mine who invited me to see the opportunity. This friend of mine was an Italian fellow. Well, at that time, I had been working 29 years for my own business. Well, we're going to talk about how we can have those people come and look at an opportunity. In talking about prejudging, my friend was perfect. And you know why? I think he was one of the only people that I know that knew what I was going through. I had my own business for 29 years. I looked great. Big house, big cars, big business, big offices, 750 people working with me. But I was in deep trouble. In fact, I was losing 7 million euros. And one of the things that I had in my business is the last years, I had to sell the house I inherited from my parents. I had to sell the office. I had to sell my own home. I had to spend all the money I made for all those years to be able to pay the debts. And I'm saying I was lucky because anybody from outside would have been able to look at me and say, well, she doesn't have the time, she's got a big business, she lives in a great house, why does she need an opportunity? Well, this friend of mine, he had a company in Italy. And we were like having fun all the time because he used to call me up and tell me, my business is doing terrible. I'm losing 1.5 million. I used to call him up and say, well, I'm doing better than you. I'm losing 2. So we used to do that all the time. So he knew my problem. So I was lucky because if he wouldn't have known my problem, he would have never invited me. So he called me up and I said, at this time, I'm so busy trying to fix my life. I was there, my 2 kids and myself, trying to get that thing going. And it wouldn't work out. So 3 months later, he called me up and said, Myriam, I want you to come to Nice to a convention. So I went to Nice to a convention, and I saw this opportunity, and I thought, that's exactly what I'm looking for. But actually, you know, in life, you make a lot of mistakes, right? But normally we say it's that person is a mistake. No, it's yourself. Sometimes you make mistakes. But one of the biggest mistakes is obviously I didn't do the right things the last years. I wasn't with the right person. So when I saw this, I said, I like this. I like these people. I don't know why. I'm sure you have that happen before. You like the feeling. There's something. You come here and you say, I want to be part of this. This can change my life. But when we're talking about inviting, and that's the key, is there's 2 kinds of people in ACN, you know? The people that work in ACN and the people that have ACN inside. And I'm going to talk about this today. I'm going to talk about how you can have ACN inside. You can believe in what you're doing. But the first thing before we have to go and invite people, you have to believe in what you're doing. But believing in what you're doing is having your why. I'll tell you my why. My whys were 2. I had 2 sons that I needed to go back in their lifestyle. I needed to give them what they deserve. I wanted them to be proud of their mom and not see their mom lost in the middle of nowhere with nobody next to her and with a terrible business and losing everything I had. So this gave me the opportunity of having them with me and having them achieve their goals. So you need to have a why. A lot of people ask me, how is it that in 3.5 years you had this business running in Spain? When we started in Spain, there was nobody in Spain. I was the first one. My friend Italian called me up. I didn't know anybody who was in ACN. My sponsor, this friend of mine, the Italian, he sponsored me, and 3 months later, he quit the business. But not only he quit the business, he called me to recruit me for another multi-level business. Can you believe it? He even hasn't renewed the license. So imagine what he has lost. So this friend of mine, gave me something that, every time I think of him, I can't say thank you more times. He has changed my life. And that's the important thing. I mean, if you don't have a why, you will never get there. So if you guys want to know why we made what we made, there's only one reason. You need to have your why. Because if you believe that something is good for you, what are you going to do? You're going to start sharing that with other people. You're going to be excited. People can see it. People can feel it. You have something good to share. The people who just go out and say, oh, in ACN they told me to make money, I need to talk to a lot of people. Okay? That person is going to give me 1,000. That person I'm going to make that money. That doesn't work. You know why? Because everybody's interested in themselves. They're not interested in what you're making. They're interested in what they can get out of this opportunity. And this opportunity has changed my life. And that's the reason why the first year in ACN, I recruited 92 people in the whole year. You know what now? This month, we recruited 10 times more in one single month. And you know what? Basha and I have recruited personally 21 new reps this month. 21. And you know why? Because we believe in it. And it's easy, and we have fun with it. Bash and I love to do this business. We go out on the street and we talk to everybody with excitement, with belief, because we know what this business has done for us.
Right, now we got to know something important about this business, and this is something which we realized from the very beginning. Because if the people had sort of figured out that we were not the people who have to be invited, then probably we would not be here. So you have to divide, separate the invitation from the presentation. The invitation is one thing, which means you invite somebody to come and see and have a look at something. It's not a question of you start telling everybody because you don't have the time. So you have to invite the people to a presentation. It is possible that you just want to have a cup of coffee. I once heard Matt saying, it's a business of drinking coffee. So all you have to do is drink 10 cups of coffee with 10 people a day, and that's it. So simple. Then you can also get the people, invite them home. People, you invite them home for lunch, for a drink, for anything, and you can give them a presentation. Or you can invite the people to a public presentation, which is business opportunity meeting. But you have to invite them. You do not present, you do not tell them. Because if at that day, this friend of mine had tried explaining to me what was the business, there was no way I would have gone. And look what I would have missed. So you can see what I would have missed. So I did not go there. But how she invited me was one of the very important things. Now, if you don't know personally how to invite, just ask your opinion and use one of the important tools which ACN has, which is a DVD. Now, this person knew that there was no way she could invite me personally. So she sent me a DVD and asked me if I could have a look at it. I looked at the DVD and then she told me, can you bring it to me in this place? Now she took it to my house, gave it to me, but then she wanted me to give it back, going to where there was a business opportunity meeting. So I went there to give it back, and yet what I had seen, so I used the DVD as a tool, as a means for inviting the person for a presentation because I wanted more information. Now if you feel, and you're new, now you can go get the DVDs, as many as possible. The reason Myriam and I, we get like 21 this month, and in the last 1 year, I was just analyzing, there are 200 plus reps, which we have sponsored, but most of the time, because we get 10 DVDs every month, and we make sure those 10 DVDs go to new people so that they can give us their opinion. So remember, difference between invitation and presentation.
Okay, but the key is to create a habit. Let's talk about what you can do to make some money in this business. It depends directly to talking to people. You know, one of the things I learned in this kind of business is when I started in a multi-level company, because I started when I was 21 years old, in a company that was a cleaning business company. I used to clean every day. It wasn't too much fun. But what I had is they told me that the key to have a big network is talk to a lot of people. So they say you need to talk to 10 people a day. Well, you know what happens? One day you talk to somebody, the next day you don't talk to anybody. So they told us a trick. Now I'm going to tell you this trick today, because if you do that 21 days, every day, like Greg says, every single day, you'll have this business going. I'll tell you what it is. You take 2 white beans, you know those big beans, okay? You put them in one pocket, and every time that you talk to somebody, you take 1 bean from the left pocket and you put it to the right pocket. And until during the day you haven't talked to 10 different people, you don't stop. You know what happened? The first day I did that, I started talking to people. And it was 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night, I was tired, I was gonna go to bed, so I went to bed. And suddenly I see in my pocket, I only had talked to 8 people. I had still 2 left. So I said, well, it doesn't make any difference. Tomorrow, I'll talk to 12 instead of 10. I was in bed and I started saying, am I gonna be a failure? Am I gonna fail the first day? That's not like me. So what I did is I got up, I said, I'm gonna talk to 2 more people. So it was 11 o'clock at night. Imagine, I was 21. So I got up on my bed, I got dressed, and I started looking for 2 people. And it wasn't that fun, okay, because I was already on the street. So I saw this little bar. So I got in the bar, took a Coke, and I said, I'm gonna talk to those 2. Well, they thought I was selling something else, okay? But you know what happened? I finally finished talking to them. I said, I've done my job. I went back to bed, and I said, I've talked to 10 people. It didn't make any difference, the result, in my habit. And that's what we need to do, is create a habit. The reason why you can be successful is because you do it every day, every single day. Bash and I, you were RVPs, so what? We're going to be SVPs very, very soon. In fact, we were thinking about being SVPs in Madrid, but we're long term, so it doesn't make any difference. We'll be SVPs in Cologne. So we do it every day, and we will keep on doing it. You know why? Because we love it. We have fun, and we do it every single day, okay? If you talk to a lot of people, you will be making a lot of money. If you talk to some people, you'll make some money. And if you talk to no people, you are gonna make sure you're not gonna make any money, that's for sure. So.
Okay, now, we normally have this tendency of thinking and prejudging the people, deciding he's going to be good, he's going to be bad, he will come or he will not. Now remember this thing, if you go out and start checking, you will see that everyone, most of the people outside this place, they have problems. They will always have problems because they have not found ACN yet. The only people who don't have any problems are the ones who are in ACN. I can tell you that much because we are always happy. Now, where is the difference? Some people have problems with money, others will have problem with time, others don't feel secure. Some of the people don't like their boss. For example, I never liked my boss, the last one. So it was very interesting because when I started after being in ACN, after 3 months we became TC, and after 6 months I went to my boss's office and I told the boss, boss, I fire you. So I fired my boss. So some people don't like the boss. Now there are other people who want to be recognized. They need a recognition constantly. They want to know, you're the best, you're this, and they want to come in. So you just go and you have to. The other day Mike said something fantastic and I loved it. And I've started working on it. And it works. You see, the people who want to be recognized, you give them the importance. And for being recognized, they will go and do more for you. So I've started telling anybody who wants recognized, I said, you're the best, come on. You can do it and you will do it. But I do it also the reverse. I tell them, aren't you the best? Next time you come to me, I'm sure you will be able to do this thing, and they do it. Recognition. Then there are people who have unlimited potential. They have resources, they can do the things, but people themselves don't know what they are capable of. So sometimes they need you to guide them and to tell them what they can use with all their potential. And similarly, for example, if you go to a big businessman, the businessman, why they will accept ACN? Because all you have to tell them is, I know of a business which has no risk. The businessman will understand that because they are always calculating the risk versus what they have to do and what they are going to make. But if you go to a business and when you say, I know of a business which has no risk, the first thing he says, it doesn't exist. Tell me what it is. And that's where you start.
Okay, then how do we invite? Why is there people that don't have results and people that do have results? Let me tell you why. We're going to give you some clues today of what we say. What should I say to the people for them to come and look at the opportunity? But let me give you the key. 5% is only what you say. 50% is how you say it. But 80% is your body language and excitement. I mean, why do people believe you? Because you have it inside, right around. Why do people want to join you? Because they like you. Why do people want to do something in their life? Because you have your why. So let's go back to the key point. It's not how you say, it's not what you say, it's how you feel about it. If it's good for you, why don't you go out and share it with everybody? And when people tell me, I don't have any guests, I said, you don't believe it. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in what you're doing. If I have something incredible, why don't I share it with everybody else? This is an incredible business, isn't it? You make money. You're successful if you help others. But do it with your heart. That's the key. Do it with your heart, with excitement. That's why people are going to come to look at the opportunity. I'll go back with this, okay? There's a difference. Let me tell you something. There's a difference between invitation and presentation. That's the key to it. Okay, one of the things we tell everybody is don't explain anything. And you know why? You don't explain anything because anything you explain will give an image. Let me tell you something. If you say telecommunications to somebody, what might happen? They've had a bad experience with telecommunication. They imagine they have to come on cell phones right around. They won't come. If you create curiosity, people are curious and they just thinking, what is it? Is it something good? She's excited, she has changed? Or he's thinking that this is a good opportunity. Why shouldn't I go and see it? You have to create curiosity. You gotta show your enthusiasm. But one thing important, you gotta keep the opportunity high. There's some people that just come and talk to you and they say, well, just come and look at this. I don't know if it's any good, but if you take the decision and you start, I will start. How many people have said that, right? How can somebody believe in you if you said, if you think it's good, I'll follow you? I mean, that's not the key of it. And also, you gotta say the truth. A lot of people, I say, what is it? Are you making some money? And people will say, yeah, I'm making $10,000 a month. I said, what? I've heard that. I've heard of some reps that just started. They're telling something that's not true. We have one opportunity. You know how many opportunities that person can have in their life? I tell every time to all the Spaniards, in Spain we have 45 million people. And you know something? If one person says no, you know how many do we have left? 44,999,999. So what? That's the key. They only have one, but we have to have it high. The person has to qualify. The person needs to be a person who wants to do something. Because if they don't have a desire, a burning desire, it's not worth our time. It's not people that need it. It's people that really want it. That's a difference. How many people need an opportunity? Thousands of people, 20% of unemployment in Spain. A lot of people would say, well, they don't have the money to start. If they're in unemployment, that's the reason why they should do it. But don't tell a lie. Don't say you're making money. Say, I'm going to make a lot of money. Or you think I made money the first year I was in ACN? I was completely broke and I wasn't making any money. I was an ETL for 1.5 years. Do you think that's a success story? No, I tried. I was inviting every single day until I made it. a year and a half, I was not successful. I was not making good money. We only had fixed lines. We had to make 8 clients to qualify a rep. Can you believe it? Was it easy? No. Did anybody know ACN? No. Was I, in my mind, was my attitude right? Yes, I wanted to do it, but it wasn't easy. So now you know what happened? We got TCs in 45 days. Why? Because they believe in it, they believe in themselves, they're great leaders, and they want to do it. So always say the truth. If they say, are you making money? I'm going to be making some lot good money, but I'll be making it, okay? If you're not making it, don't tell a lie, okay? Invite the couple. I would always recommend people to invite the couple. You know why? The husband comes along, then goes back home, and the wife said, whoa, you're crazy. It's like my brother. I came to look at the opportunity. I came back home. I called him up, and I said, Juan, I saw something incredible. You know what he told me? You're going to be rich with what? Did you drink anything tonight? Did you smoke? Myriam, you don't smoke and you don't drink. What are you telling me? You're crazy. Right or wrong? So what happens? The couple or the person who can give you an idea of what you're doing, just bring them along. They should come, the 2 of them, okay? And the most important thing is have lots of fun. Do it with fun. People like to be with fun people. People don't like to be with people that are negative pessimists, right or wrong. We have enough of that. We turn on the television, is all kinds of negative stuff. I have a friend that's the biggest pessimist in my life. Every time I call her up to try to find out how she's doing, you know what she does? She tells me, and I hate it. Because of what? Because she's pessimist. So demonstrate you've changed. There's something in your life you have inside, and people say, I want to be with her. I want to be with him. I want to do what he's doing. I want to have fun. And that's the key, okay?
Okay, now there are 2 categories in the type of people you can invite. Now we understand that ACN is network marketing, but it is relationship marketing. So you got to start the business with the people you have relations with. Now you have 2 types of markets. One market, which is the people you have relations with, or the people who have relation with the people you have relations with. I'll tell you a small example. Now, I started having a relationship with Myriam, but then I met her brother. And once I met her brother, I started having another warm market, which was because of her brother. Now then there is cold market. Those are the people you don't know them. Now your warm market is the best one because people know you. You talk to them. You know their limitations. They have a certain amount of trust. They will believe you. They will listen to you. Even if they just want to listen to you for courtesy, they will listen to you. There you'll have 2 types of people. People who think they are better than you, and the people who think you are better than them. Now the people who think they are better than you, always give them the importance and ask for their opinion. Don't try to outsmart the people, and that is most of the people you will find in the world. They will always try to prove they know more than you. Like I just said, people go and they want to do the research. Let them do it. Let people decide for themselves. Now that's the warm market. Now the cold market, how do you convert that cold market to a warm market is very interesting. First, you got to build the relationship. You just can't just go straight away and say, hey, come on, I want to invite you to a... Say, who the hell are you? I mean, you can't go on the street and invite somebody. But yes, you can go on the street and find someone and talk to him. This is what we became an expert at. I'll just give you a small story which happened recently. We went for our first COC meeting to Amsterdam, and the limousine driver who's been working for ACN for 4 years, knows Greg, Mike, Tony, Robert, RT, and most of the leaders. He knows everyone. And we start chatting. And he goes, you're also from ACN? I've never seen you. I said, neither have I seen you. Where are you from? What do you do? Etc., etc. And I got that driver at 12 o'clock when he came out of the turn to the hotel, made a one-to-one BOM in the hotel, signed him the same night. The next night I invited him to the training, and now after 30 days, 4 months, he just turned ETL, and he called me from Amsterdam saying, you told me to do this thing and I've done it, now what?
Nos queda un minuto, Bash. Nos queda un minuto. Okay, termino yo, eh? Okay. So let me go through this very quickly because we're going to talk about 2 ways of doing it. Okay. As for my opinion, I'm starting a new thing, very interesting. Please come and give your opinion. And the other way is a third person. I mean, we use that all the time. I said, I have a problem. I said, I'm looking for people who would like to make some extra money. Do you know of anybody? That's one of the things we invite normally. And the other way we invite is using the video phone. We take the video phone all over. We put it in a restaurant, people look at it, and they say, what is it? I said, don't you know it? Don't you have one at home? And he said, no. I said, well, we're developing this kind of business now. Would you be interested in coming and look at it? We carry it all the time, we demo it all the time, and we get excited about it. So actually, we have a contact. How do we do it? We don't complicate it. We do it short and simple. We are direct. We use the third person, and we give the opinion. There's some words you shouldn't use normally. You know what is it? Business opportunity, people don't like to go and see business opportunity. Presentations, people don't like to go and see presentations. They don't like to go to meetings. They would like to join. They don't know what an upline or downline is, that it costs some money, that we're in telecommunications or we're in multi-level. So a lot of people will ask you questions. You know, shouldn't be answering the questions. Just when they say, what is it about? That's the reason why I want to come and look at it. Is it multi-level? What do you like about multi-level? Is it sales? Do you like sales? If they say yes, fantastic. If they say no, fantastic. Come and look at it. That's the key. They should come and look at it. Just give them a choice of a day and time. Just tell them, can you come Tuesday or Thursday? Call them 24 hours to just confirm the appointment. And if they don't come, just call them up and say, thank you for not coming. I had such good people that I would not have been able to attend. So the only thing you need to do is just thank them. They'll hate that. And the next time you call them up, they'll come for sure. I tell you that one. And one thing is clear. If the person says no, so what? Go to the next. So what? Go to the next. How many people are going to say yes? That's the most important thing. And I want to finish with a little story. And okay, I want to warn you right now, there's a big situation. You know what the big situation is? There are some aliens. Did you know there's some aliens? They're trying to conquer the world. And you know what the aliens do? The only way they can conquer the world is taking the dreams and the excitement out of people. And you know what happened? Those aliens are all over the world. So what happens is they have 2 little horns. And with those 2 little horns, what they do is they're looking all the time for the negative stuff. And everything that's negative, what they do is they go to the people and talk to them to make them be sad and lose their emotions. And that's how they can kill everybody. And you know what happened? You try to invite a lot of people, you try to make this business grow, you go back home, and suddenly this alien is inside your mother-in-law. Okay? You know what she says? She said, you're stupid. What are you doing? Are you gonna get rich? And this alien is just killing you. There's a trick. Just go ahead and see your mother-in-law, touch her head a little bit, and see if she's got 2 little horns, okay? If she's got those little horns, just say, no problem, there's an alien in it. It's going to be about 20 minutes, okay? And she'll keep on going and going and going, so don't worry about that. Once she's over with, you'll make sure this alien is going to go out some other place and it's going to get into internet to somebody that's in there. But you know something? You're going to have those aliens all around the world. You're going to have them all around there. But make sure those aliens don't kill your life. This is a great opportunity, guys. The only thing we need to do is share it with a lot of people and do it every day. Thank you so much.